they should be responsible for refunding that, and they should also be aware of hotel policies. However archaic they may be, they are representing that property. They need to refund my money. They need to apologize to my daughter, especially.
My name is Lucy, and this is PissedConsumer.com YouTube channel. We have here Chris, who's going to tell us about his experience with SnapTravel. Now, Chris, tell me please, what has happened between you and SnapTravel? What's your side of the story?
Well, my daughter, 20-year-old daughter, she wanted to babysit for a family member in Orlando. First time in Orlando, so she bought a ticket, flew there, and babysat. And she went back to the airport a few hours early, but ended up missing her flight. And she called me crying, saying she missed her flight. I said, "Oh, okay, I'll get you a hotel and figure out the flight." I found, I went online, found SnapTravel, and started going through, booking the site, booking the room through the site. And then she called while I was booking it. And I talked to her and it got off the phone. When I got off the phone, the transaction already completed with a preset date. I said, I got back with them. I called them. I said, I didn't finish. And they said, well, we can't do anything about it. It's already set. I said, well, she needs the room now, not next week. Well, there's nothing we can do. You can call a hotel. Or, well, I tried the hotel, but actually I booked through them. So I said, I didn't complete that booking. That's not what I didn't enter a date and close the site out. So my daughter was in a relatively urgent situation, so I just booked another room, making sure that I enter the date first. So I entered the date first, so that didn't get screwed up somehow. Enter the date, room was all set, got off the phone, called my daughter, said it's all set, get a taxi, go to the hotel. She gets to the hotel, and the hotel wouldn't let her in. And she calls me. I said, what's going on? I don't know. The room's paid for. I bought it through the site, SnapTravel. And the hotel's policy was that the purchaser of the room needs to have the credit card there. I mean, she has to pay for the room with her credit card. It's their policy. So that's obnoxious. How do you? So who cares where the money comes from? So they wanted a deposit which wasn't paid for. And I said, I understand hotel deposits. I can pay for that too. And again, they denied they wouldn't take my payment because the purchaser needs to have a credit card on site for that room. So I called the site back, SnapTravel, and they said they can't dictate hotel policies. And I said, you are the agent of the hotel. I bought the room through you, so you are representing that hotel. And there was nothing he would take responsibility for, not for changing the date, not for refunds because of a policy he wasn't aware of, nothing. And I kept reminding him, you are the agent that sold me this room. He wouldn't take responsibility for the hotel's policy of the credit card needs to be on site. So that's obnoxious, but I understand they need a credit card and they have my credit card, but they needed the credit card on site according to them, which I think is obnoxious. So there's two issues, one with SnapTravel and one with the hotel, but when it all boils down to the agent that sold the room, which was SnapTravel. They should have been aware of the hotel's policies and represent that hotel properly, and they didn't. They failed the hotel, they failed myself. I ended up buying two rooms at there was no way I could have had access to, or in refund. They wouldn't refund either. They put my excuse me. They put my daughter out on the street in Orlando, in a city she's not familiar with. She has no luggage. It was sent on a plane somewhere. Um, they willingly put my daughter in danger. Um, I don't know how you could do that to a young woman in a strange city. It's inexcusable.
Chris, do you think there is something that SnapTravel could do for you now and for your daughter to make you both feel better?
Well, they should be responsible for refunding that, and they should also be aware of hotel policies. However archaic they may be, they are representing that property. I don't think that the hotel's property is appropriate, but nevertheless, they need to be aware of that hotel's policy before they book that room. And they were not. They failed myself. They failed the hotel. They put my daughter in danger, and I lost a lot of money that SnapTravel is responsible for. They need to refund my money. They need to apologize to my daughter, especially the trauma that they put her in. And no one should go through that sort of trauma just for trying to buy a room and purchased a room that she couldn't access and put her on the street.
Chris, tell me please, what are you hoping is going to happen at the best after this video interview is released?
That's sites like this. It's possibly there's other sites like this. I have no idea. I know there's other booking sites, but maybe this will make a difference in giving more power to the consumer, more responsibility. Let the booking agent taking more responsibility for their mistakes, I guess, and ways to correct it. He offered no way to correct this other than call a hotel, which was pointless. Taking responsibility and fixing a problem, that's something that is lacking with SnapTravel.
Thank you for watching the interview about the story that had happened to Chris and his daughter with the SnapTravel. If you have ever had an experience with SnapTravel and you can relate to what has happened, or you just like the story and it was useful for you, please like our video and subscribe to our PissedConsumer.com YouTube channel. See you again with new videos. Bye bye.